Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and I've got a special one for you today. Neverlose gave me early access to their brand new update, and I'm going to be doing a full showcase for you guys today. So let's go ahead, run the loader, and get straight into it. So here's the loader. You can see we got a 60-day sub in here, and if we go in here, you can see we have access to the beta branch, which is super sick. Neverlose staff basically reached out and said that they were offering early access to a bunch of creators, and I was one of those creators, so I got lucky enough to be a part of this. Obviously, people have been waiting on the Neverlose update for quite some time, and it's finally here, and the fact that it's here is so cool. So I at least hope it's good, and I hope it lives up to the hype. Here we go, loading into the game for the first time. Ooh, connecting to the server, initialization in progress. Bang, there it is. Oh my god, this menu is so clean. So I injected this once already, just for a second to look at the menu, and I remember it being clean, but that was a few hours ago, and wow, this menu is clean. Neverlose doesn't miss on the menu. The menus are always super good, super clean. But without further ado, let's go ahead, hop into a bot lobby, and we can get to showcasing the entire cheat. So usually in these videos, I am going bottom to top from the menu, but actually today we're starting in the top because this is where the config section is located. As you can see on the side, there's no config tab. This is actually the config tab right up here. And if we drop this down, this is your config tab. So you can have autosave on or off. You can check your recently deleted configs, which I really like. They're stored for 7 days and then automatically deleted after 7 days. And you can obviously create a new config just by clicking this little plus icon. There's a search function for configs as well. So if you have a ton of configs and you want to find one specifically, you can search for it. They also have a sort by function, which has multiple different settings. In the actual config, you can rename the config by highlighting the text and renaming it. In here, you can reload the config, share the config, or duplicate the config. And you can also save the config with this save icon right here. In order to load a different config, all you do is click on it and that one is automatically loaded. Pretty clean config section. I don't think I've seen a cheat do it this way entirely before. Moving on from that though, down here towards your profile picture in the bottom left, you have all of these different settings. You can change your language. You can change the menu scale, ESP scale, and window scale, all at different ratios, which I personally love. So I have a 1440p monitor and I actually kind of like the menu scale looking a little bit smaller, but the ESP scale is always a little too small for me. I can't always read the names. So this lets me keep the same size of the menu while also scaling up the ESP, which is pretty sick. You can also change the units between metric and imperial, which is pretty cool. I don't know how useful it is, but it's neat. And then in style, you can change the color here. That changes your buttons right here. And you can also switch from light mode to dark mode. They also have safe mode, synchronization. They have a little about section and they have a little chat section. And it also shows you when your subscription is supposed to be ending, and it has a little button to renew it. All right, let's move on over to the Misc tab here, and we're going to make an HVH config as we go, then try it out at the end of the video. So if you guys want to see how Neverlose performs at the end of the video, make sure to stick around. They've got B-hop, air strafe, and in this little 3-dot icon here, you can actually apply a bunch of different settings to your air strafer, which is pretty neat. They also have subtick mode and turn speed. They also have jump bug, and in the little settings here, they have a ramp boost feature. No fall damage is crazy. Jeez, we have no fall in CS. So this basically just performs a jump bug if fall damage is gonna happen. They also got standalone quick stop, strafe assist, edge jump, slow walk, and fast ladder. And by the way, all of these you can bind just by right clicking on the feature, adding a new hotkey, and then binding the hotkey in this little menu here. Dude, this is just so clean, man. I haven't seen a menu this clean, I feel like, in a while, bro. They have quick switch, super toss, which dynamically adjusts grenade throw angles to counteract movement velocity, prevent AFK kick. They obviously have hit sounds, and then they have a ton of different built-in hit sounds. And you can also add your own hit sounds to your hit sound folder right here, which you can access by clicking this little open folder icon. Ooh, and it plays the hit sound audio when you click it, and you can change volume settings based on what type of shot it is. Wow, that's insane. That's actually kind of nuts. It's a little over the top, but it's pretty cool. They have automatic purchase, which is just an auto buy, and then obviously you can change the auto buy settings in here. We have automatic grenade release, so it automatically throws the grenade when they deal the most optimal damage, and you can change the mid damage on the grenades, brother. Sorry if I'm like glazing a little bit here, but this is pretty cool, dude. They have auto auto accept, and then they also have logs here, and you can change the color at the top for each different log. And then you can also select all of them on or off right here. Moving on to their inventory changer here. Ooh, I like this layout. Oh, I like this layout a lot. Dang, this is actually clean, bro. Okay, so I assume if you just click on it, dude, what is going on? You can change the knife type with this drop down right here. So let's just go ahead and do a karambit. Oh, and then the skins just come up immediately. Just go ahead and do a red inventory. So let's get a karambit ruby, and then we can apply it to both teams. And I guess when we're done, we can exit out, and there you go. It's applied. Dude, this is really unique. I actually don't think I've ever seen a cheat set up like this ever. Let's get some crimson kimonos. Why not? And they are updating live as well, which is pretty sick. And then I guess let's go ahead and get a scout. We'll go with a dragonfire here. And if you want to add stickers, they have their own little drop down for it. You can also spin the skin around and get a full 360 view of your skin in the cheat. This is actually really cool. I didn't think they'd cook this hard. They're kind of cooking, no? This is crazy. Now we're going to get into visuals here. This is visuals world. So we've got view options. This is your FOV, and you can also change your aspect ratio, which is pretty sick. You can also change the vertical and horizontal scaling of the aspect ratio. So this is so overkill. It's insane, but I love it, dude. You can also disable landing bob. In scope options, we can override the FOV of the scope. View model options. So in here, you can override your FOV, override the position of the weapon, override the angles, so you can change the pitch, yaw, and roll. And then you can also override modifiers, so you can turn bobbing down to 0, turn angle sway down to 0, turn velocity sway down to 0, in-air offset. Dude, they have everything, man. Perspective options, so they can force third person, which you can obviously set to a keybind. Let's change the distance a little bit here. And you can disable third person when close to a wall or when holding grenades. Unlock spectating, they have perspective and enemies. And in visual recoil, you can have no shake, no recoil, and or no view model recoil. Over here in HUD, we have radar, preserve kill feed, inaccuracy overlay. You can change your scope overlay to be default, lines, or none. So this is what lines looks like. Also, that circle right there is your inaccuracy. In scoreboard, you have reveal money, and you can also turn on equipment for everyone and select what equipment it shows. In crosshairs here, you can turn on a default crosshair. That is just a regular crosshair. You can have a crosshair while scoped in. So if I go ahead and scope in, you can see kind of that there's a crosshair there. It's a little hard to tell with the scope lines. Let me actually put it to none really quick. There you go. You can now see it. And then you also have a penetration crosshair, which you can change the different colors of. The penetration crosshair seems very, very small in the middle of the screen. So maybe adding an option to make that bigger would be nicer. Down here in World ESP, we have Bomb, which has a ton of different features. So we have colorize effects, bomb indicator, diffuse indicator, diffuser, enable, bomb diffused. You can add a ton of different stuff. Oh my God, bro, this is nuts. For just bomb ESP, by the way. That's only for bomb ESP. In here, we have weapons, hostages, grenades, which you can set a custom one to each and every single one of them. Grenade trajectory, grenade proximity warnings. Over here in miscellaneous, we have windows. We have windows for pretty much everything. So you can turn on a watermark there. You can turn on a hotkeys list right there. You can turn on your spectators list, your event logs. And then this is, I assume, for the binds list. So if you do any of this stuff, it'll come up on the binds list. That's what I'm assuming, at least. In removals, they obviously have a ton of different stuff. Flashbang effects, smoke rendering, first person legs, carried hostage, post-processing, team intro, water effects, blood effects, decals. And then in ragdolls, you can do remove or force. And if you do force, you can actually edit the gravity and the friction of the ragdolls. So if I just do gravity like negative however much, yeah, they'll get sent to the moon. Hey, this is me from the future. I just finished the showcase and realized that I forgot to talk about a lot of these random Misc things in here. So in ambiance, you can change the map selection. You can also change the night mode. You can have full bright on or off. You can override the sky color, override sunlight, fog, override DOF. What is DOF? Am I dumb? What's DOF, guys? And also, ooh, they have weather. Ooh, What does the snow look like? Oh, the snow's kind of hard though. Yo, the snow's kind of sick. Oh my God. And then they also have removals in here. They also have hit marker right here. So they have a 2D hit marker, a 3D hit marker, and a damage hit marker. They also have bullet tracers. So you can do enemy bullet tracers, teammate bullet tracers, or local bullet tracers. And then they also have bullet impacts if you guys are interested in that. And you can change the client and the server side impacts. All right, let's go ahead and save the config and move on to players here. So up here in these little tabs, you have enemies, teammates, ESP items is right here. All right, let's go ahead and hop onto aimbots to add the ESP. All right, here we are in aimbots, and of course we got our bot right here. First of all, they have oof arrows. You can obviously change the color of the arrows. You can change the size of the arrows, and you can also change how big the radius of the arrows are. They also have sound ESP. An enemy model, this is your cham section. So let's go ahead and look at all of their cham selections. They have shaded, solid, glow outline, iridescent. What does that look like when you move around? Ooh, okay, I like that. I like that. I like that. They also have water flow. That one's also super clean, dude. And they have glossy. I don't know if I like glossy. I don't know about that one. Kind of makes him look like Casper. You can also add a little bit of glow. Ooh, I like that glow. It's subtle. It's not too much, but it's definitely there. And soul particles. What is soul particles? Oh my God, I just figured out what soul particles are. They look sick, dude. What is that? And then if you want to add ESP items, it's again in this top right hand button right here. So we can add a box. Let's go ahead and add name, health bar. Let's add a few flags here. Why not? And I assume, yep, you can change all of these different positions all around. Wherever you want to put anything, you can put anything pretty much. And if you want to edit them, you just right click on it and it comes up. You can edit the items from inside of here as well. I know you guys always roast my visuals, but let me make some god-awful visuals real quick, okay? All right, there you go. Made some quick visuals. I know you guys are gonna hate them. I don't care, okay? Shut up. Well, that's it for visuals. So let's go ahead and save the config, move on over to the legit tab. Now, we're not gonna be touching the Legitbot today. Maybe in the future, we'll try like a Neverlose legit cheating video, but we'll run through everything that they have just so you guys know. So at the top, you can enable the entire tab. In aimbot, you can enable it. You can change the activation from assisted to on attack to always on. In conditions right here, you can change your penetration limit, your smoke threshold, and your flash threshold. And then there are also a bunch of conditions in here that you can uncheck and check. In hitboxes, we have head, chest, stomach, arms, and legs. You can change your field of view. It goes all the way up to 200 units and all the way down to 1 unit. And your smoothing goes from 0 to 100. You can change the reaction time of the aimbot. You can make it 0 ms all the way up to 500 ms. You can also change the target switch delay, again 0 to 500 ms. You can turn on first bullet delay. Here is their RCS system right here. You can change the start bullet, the vertical RCS, the horizontal RCS, and the dampening. This is supposed to simulate human reaction time. And you can also select quick scope right here, and you can have it automatically unzoom. In Triggerbot, obviously you can enable it. The conditions are pretty much the exact same. The hitboxes, the exact same. You can obviously change your hit chance. It goes from 1 all the way up to seed. And in this little pop out right here, you can also ignore spread. Your mid damage goes all the way from auto to HP plus 30. Reaction time 0 to 500 ms. Burst time is 50 to 500 ms. Quick scope, again, same exact thing as down here. And in other down here, we have visualize, and you can change a ton of different settings in here, like target, field of view, hitboxes, recoil, and automatic pistols. You can change the interval of the pistols all the way from auto to 350 ms. They also have RCS, which is pretty nice. You can obviously customize that to your liking as well. And they also have randomized down here, none, low, and high. Moving on to the tab that we're all here for, the Ragebot tab. Let's go ahead and enable it. You can also turn on refined shot or log missed shots. You can obviously turn on silent aim, and you can force silent aim as well. You have automatic fire, aim through walls, and your field of view. In selection down here, we have target, and you can base it off of hit chance, highest damage, or nearest to crosshair. In hitboxes, we have the feet hitbox added. So it's not in the Legitbot, but it is in the Ragebot here. You have your multi-points right here, which you can obviously select, and you can change your multi-point scale as well. You can obviously edit your hit chance, and in here, you can turn on force shot. Here you have your mid damage. They also have quick stop and quick scope. And in quick stop, you can change the different conditions for the quick stop. In history, this is your backtrack. You can have it on low, medium, high, or maximum. They have delay shot, remove recoil, remove spread, spread, duck peek assist. They also have quick peek assist right here. And then you can also change the settings in here. So you can change the color, max distance, retreat mode can be on shot, on key release, or on grenade throw. And then we also have jump on retreat. And then we also have DT. And here we go with anti-aim. We can go ahead and enable it. And then in here, you can change a few settings here. You can change your pitch. And you can also do a custom pitch where you can just edit however high or low you want the pitch to be. Let's go with the yaw being at targets. Turn on avoid backstab. You can also change the offset of the yaw. You can also add yaw jitter, and you can have spin. In here, they have freestanding, which you can also change the offset of, and you can override the pitch and change the pitch offset as well. And in mouse override, you can obviously set it to a hotkey, change the base here, change the colors, and of course, change the style. So that's it. That's Neverlose. And honestly, it's pretty clean, man. Well, let me go ahead and finish this config up and we'll get straight into HVH. All right, here we are in game and we're also on Russian servers. I want to see whether or not it can perform well on high ping. Now, I want you to keep in mind, I am not the greatest HVH player. HVH is not my forte anymore. It never really was, but especially in CS2. I should not be used as a reference of how good or bad a cheat is. Oh, well, it hit that guy, but I got pushed from behind, unfortunately. Oh, it didn't shoot. There we go. Okay. It was a little late on that one. He's trying to shoot my toes, dude. I don't want him to shoot my toes. I also have the bomb, so that helps. Oh, he Zeused me. No. Zeus v Zeus? I don't know if I have Zeusbot on. I don't think I have Zeusbot on. And he also has a major ping advantage over me. Hey, I will say, I might not be doing super well with the cheat, but I'm having more fun than I've ever had on CS2 HVH right now. Oh, Toby is bammable here, but I have major height. Trying to nade me. No, I'm bammable now. No. Oh, got a little bam off there. P100 bait. Thank you very much. Oh no, it bamed him. All right, well, I tried it on high ping servers. Let's go try it on low ping servers and see if it performs any better. Oh my God, he just got a what? Okay. Anyways, here we are on American servers. I have 21 ping. There we go. Got the last guy. Perfect. I'm having a lot of fun, and that has to count for something. Oh my God. Dude, this is a spread server. How can he do that? I'm up top, so. Tried to jump scout me? That's crazy. Oh, I bamed him. Unfortunate. Probably spread there. Okay, it shot faster there, so that's good. Well, I think that'll do it for me, guys. That's Neverlose. Here is my conclusion. First of all, one of the cleanest UIs I've ever seen, if not the cleanest UI I've ever seen for a CS2 cheat. I especially like the inventory changer. I like the inventory changer a lot. The Ragebot, I think, is pretty good. It's hard for me to tell because I'm just not great at HVH. It did go for BAME a little bit more than I would have liked, but I think that's partially due to spread. Overall, I mean, I'd check it out if you guys are in the market for a high tier HVH cheat. It's not bad at all. It's definitely super premium feeling, which I like in a cheat for sure. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. With that being said, thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time.